Hey you guys, so before I got started in this video, I wanted to show you guys this website. This is childhelp.org, and it's just really good information about child abuse statistics and facts. And just reading through this, you guys, for one, the United States has one of the worst records among industrialized nations, losing an average between 4 and 7 children every day to child abuse and neglect. Also, a report of child abuse is made every 10 seconds. You guys, just alarming information. And just being able to read also through some of the health impacts of child abuse on the mental health. It can lead to addictions and other related issues. So this is why it's so important as school counselors that we just take every case seriously and we just do our part in making sure that we are protecting our students. All right, let's get into the video. Well, hello school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And as you guys can already tell from the title down below, I'm going to be walking with you through the protocol that I have to take whenever it is I need to report child abuse and or neglect. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this with you guys because I know how it is, especially when you are a new school counselor and you've never been put in this position and you kind of don't know what to do. And so hopefully this can be a guide for you all just to keep in mind as you are walking through that process. So let's not prolong the time. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, let's get into it. So one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that I'm going to be sharing with you guys the protocol that my school district expects for us as school counselors to do. So it's so important that you talk to your administrator and or your school district to follow the protocols that you need to take in order to report child abuse and or neglect. But hopefully, once again, this can be a guide for you all just to give you an idea of what to expect and how you could potentially deal with the situation. Now, one thing I do want to let you guys know is that our school district has a child abuse coordinator and alternate child abuse coordinator. Now, the school counselors in our school district has been gifted with that title as being the child abuse coordinator, and then the alternate child abuse coordinator is actually the school nurse at my school. So whenever I am not in the school building, they would have to report that to the nurse. But as long as I'm in the school building, all of those reports go straight to me. So I did want to let you guys know that. So the first thing that I want to address is whenever a student is reporting abuse or neglect to a faculty and staff in the building and it's not coming straight to you. It's important for you as a school counselor to let the faculty and staff know how to deal with the situation if it is that a student is reporting abuse and neglect. So if a student is disclosing information to faculty and staff about abuse or neglect that is going on, the first thing that you'll want to let them know is to write down exactly what the student is saying. And the reason why that is important because whenever that information comes to you, you are going to have to put that in the DCS referral form, or if you decide to call DCS, then you will have to tell them, okay? So it's important that they are writing down word for word. I know that there's going to be times where they might not have access to pen and paper. That is when they need to kick in their active listening skills so that they don't miss a word that the child is saying. But I also encourage faculty and staff to just have that student wait 1 second so that they can grab a pen and paper so that they can write it down. And they can also ensure the student that they don't want to forget anything that they are telling them. So that is something that I would definitely encourage for faculty and staff to do. The next thing is I let faculty and staff know that if it is that they are receiving a report, is for them to remember that they are not investigators. So they should not be asking detailed questions, neither should they be taking pictures or videos of the abuse on their phones or any other device. The reason why this is important is, for one, is because if it is that this case needs to be taken up or law enforcement figures out that pictures have been taken, then your phone will be taken up, and you do not want that. There's also a form that the faculty and staff have to fill out whenever a student is reporting child abuse and neglect, and basically, in fact, I will show you guys what that form looks like. So as you guys can see the different aspects of that form, and it's for them to fill out and give to me. Once they give that form to me, then I will pull that student and talk to that student. And I would ask the detailed questions. I will try to figure out what is going on and when it has happened. I will not take any photos or videos. Once again, that is for law enforcement to do. So keep that in mind. Even you as a school counselor should not be taking any photos or videos on any electronic device that you have. Once I have met with that student, then I will determine whether or not that needs to be reported or not, because you will find where you will have a lot of teachers that will come to you and kids will say certain things, especially when you are talking about elementary students, maybe more of the pre-K through second grade age range. Then you will get where some things that students say might not necessarily be abuse. For an example, I've had a student say that their brother had hit them in the face, which left a bruise. It wasn't until I talked to that student where I was able to figure out, oh, okay, you guys were playing and this is what happened. And so that is just something, each situation is different. And so still yet you as a child abuse coordinator or the school counselor, you are able to kind of weather if that needs to be taken to DCS or not. So that's just something that you can keep in mind. If it is that it needs to be reported, after you have met with that student, then you can meet back up with that person that they have reported to and file the DCS referral. And the reason why you want that person to be there as you are putting in the DCS referral, because that is the first person that that student has talked to, and you would have to put that information in there on the DCS referral form, or whenever you call the DCS number. Now, this is an extra step that I have to take due to my school district, and I don't know if you would have to do this at all, but once again, once you talk to your school district or your administrator, they will be able to fill you in on that. But my school district actually made a Google form that we would have to go and fill out. And the reason why we have to do this is for each case that is being reported to DCS can be kept also at the district level as well. So that is a step that I have to take. Now, after I have done all of that, then I can talk to my administrator and let them know about the referral so that they can be filled in about the student. Now, let's just say the student is reporting abuse or neglect to you as a school counselor, so you would be the first party. Then you would listen to what that student is saying. You would write down what it is that that student is saying. You will also put that in the DCS referral form, and you would talk to the SRO, and then you would also go to your administrator to let them know the referral that you had to make. So that is a simple way of how you would deal with it if it is that the student is coming straight to you with this information. Now, in the event that the report is being made after school hours, whoever that school staff individual is, it is important for them to call 911 so that law enforcement can do the well check of the student's home and whatever else that they have to do. And then the next day, that staff member needs to make sure that they find me, because we have to together put in a DCS referral, as well as they have to fill out that form to give to me. And then I will let the administrator know what has taken place. So hopefully all that was able to make sense. I'm open to any questions that you will have. Just put it down in the comments below, or you can email me at theinspiringschoolcounselor@gmail.com, and I will get with you as soon as I can. I thank you guys so much for your time. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, I'll see you guys next time.